Activision.
No, Manny. I always said
I was waiting to get a response from you guys. Like, what's your guys' availability?
just hook something up. I'm good evenings right now. Like right now, I don't got too much going.
Maybe we could
on.
do live on a Thursday.
Yeah. I know that's what you said.
Yeah. Are you guys
So
okay? What do you guys? How do you guys feel?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
I'm cool with it. The only thing is that what I do like about the pre-recording is that we get to clean them up and they sound super polished.
Yeah.
It's just when it's live, it's live.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what you could do, Manolo, is you could always throw it on them. We have 2 modes that we can do it, and we're open to both. So it's more like on whatever that you could tell Machile. We've done quite a few where it's pre-recorded, so it could be done at any time, and then we can clean it up, and then it'll be a designated Thursday that it'll be done, or we could just go live. Depending on how confident they are to do it, or whatever.
So if we were to do it live, what are we looking at? Are we thinking like the 11th, the 18th?
I'm going to start videoing a little bit, just so you know, but we are live on Facebook. And we are.
Or should we have this conversation after the show? We could just talk about it after the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay, turning on radio. Turning on. So we're live on the radio. Aquí en Vecindad. MVMN. ¿Se les traba todavía MVMN?
Yeah. I just
live.
So many years we were doing like aquí, la banda elástica radio. Like
I know, dude. I think MVMN. You know where my brain goes.
Limbo Samba.
¿Son de Chicali estos güeyes?
Son de Chicali. How many times did we bring them over here, dude? I know Carlos brought him a couple times at least.
Yeah, I think twice.
I think he was like the one that was like keen in bringing them, and like,
and we just helped them. We just helped them like set them up.
Was he from Mexicali?
Yeah, he was from Chicali.
He was, right? Okay.
Yeah,
that was part of. Because I met Limbo Samba in Austin, Texas, when we did one of our showcases during South by Southwest.
Yeah.
And that's when I first, and I think I'm almost positive that they gave me a cassette of their music.
Well,
so Matt,
for a minute they were on.
What did you give them, G? The clap?
Culebra Records, but only in Mexico, not on the Sony side over here.
I think back then they were still. I think they had just been courted by Culebra, and I think they were about to, because I think even Grita was interested in them, weren't they? Wasn't it like?
I think so. I think even Aslan, like a few people were talking, but nobody really, went there,
Yeah. So, for those who are listening to the music under our breath, it is actually live on Live 365 MVMN Radio. Just MVMN.
MVMN.
Click on the link right there on the face if you want to listen to the music. Live on Live 365. Yeah, man. So this song, what do you think?
I mean, this is a classic, man.
Yeah. Limbo Samba was su show en vivo was actually pretty top notch.
Intense. What was her name?
I don't know. I want to say Maria, but I know it wasn't Maria.
Oh, like Celeste or something. Yeah. But she was intense. She reminded me a lot of this one singer of a band called Vomitorium from Northern California.
Hmm.
A punk band called Vomitorium. Turning on mics, turning on mics. Aquí tu amigo locutor, programador y muy bien desconocido Dr.G.
Y su cómplice, el Chivo.
Y bien prendido el Manolo Diabólico. That was fucking chingón, homie.
That was pretty chingón, man. That was metamorfeame.
Ujú. Limbo Samba, desde Mexicali. Man, nuestro amigazo, el Carlos,
pinche
a
Charlie,
mediados de los 90s, porque como él era de Chicali originalmente, era compas con Limbo Samba, so he brought him a couple times over here to Salinas y Santa Cruz unas cuantas veces, and then
Mhm.
you know we helped hook them up with the shows. Good band, good live show.
He
Great.
was super confident about them because
Yeah.
I remember que he los mencionó varias veces and he's like, you got to check him out. You got to check him out.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, fuck it. I'm going to bring him.
I'm gonna bring, yeah. Porque, mira, estamos hablando de como alrededor del 94, 95.
Mhm.
No había internet. Y si no tenías un demo, y estoy hablando de cassette, you
Right.
didn't know what these bands sounded like. So you tenías que correr la voz. You know, like, so-and-so saw him live and said, like, no, watch out, man, watch out. Su show está bien prendido. You got to check it out.
I
That's
think
like,
we helped him with the flyers, no?
we did everything. No, we helped him. He had set up the
Sure.
first show, but we helped him set up the next few shows.
Yeah.
You know, all good. All
Pues
good.
mira, Limbo Samba de Mexicali, un grupazo que, you know, like you were saying, a lot of bands, a lot of record labels were courting them, pero no sé, no surgió más de lo que hizo, ¿no? Because I think they only did finally release that one album.
They did. They did.
Yeah. Wait, no,
But-
didn't they do a second one too, or
Sí, I think they
right?
did a couple.
Yeah.
El debut salió en Culebra Records, and I think the other one came out on, ya no me acuerdo, pero era varios años después, you know.
You know what? Was it that what's that Mexican label with has a lot of urbano? Remember? I think they came out of that label in Mexico City, because
Denver Records?
maybe it was Denver. Maybe it was Denver. I think
I don't remember them being on Denver. I knew that they were on Culebra for a hot minute, which was the label to be on in Mexico. At that point, if you can get on Culebra, you're
Yeah.
doing. La única bronca
Dude.
con Culebra Records is they had two different versions of Culebra. They had Culebra Records Nacional, que eran más en Mexico, and then they had the Culebra Records that was a Sony side that got distribution in the United States, Canada, and some parts of the world. So that was the better side to be on.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Diabolico?
Manolo.
Is he nostalgic? Is he frozen?
I think he's
No,
frozen.
I'm here, dude.
Oh. What's up? What's
Okay.
next?
So, mira, este Manolo
I
threw
don't-
me for a curveball. So, las rolas que estoy escogiendo, el G, cada semana tiene que tener una falla técnica. Las rolas que yo escogí tenían que ir después de las selecciones de Manolo.
I don't know.
You know?
I think it flows well this
Yeah,
way.
it works. But like, so anyways, so you're just gonna go on a roller coaster trip, okay?
Yeah.
So bear with me. You know that I'm a fan of Depresión Sonora. Well, they did a split with Carolina Durante where they cover each other's songs.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'll buy that. So let's check it out. It is Depresión Sonora, and they're doing Marcusiano, which is a Carolina Durante song. And the next song would be Carolina doing a Depri Sonora song. So check it out. Aquí en MVMN, Mi Vecindad. Did I get it right? I hope I did.
Yeah, you did. MVMN
It
MVMN.
doesn't. No, but I was trying to say it in español,
M.
and it just I'm like,
MV.
este way.
A ver. A ver. Oh, you listen.
Now, you know what?
That voice, man.
Yeah, he's got a delivery. I hate to say this, but I think I like the Carolina Durante version of Deputy Song. I think they won the battle in this fight, at least for me.
So
What do you
this
guys
is
think?
this one is the Depresión Sonora version.
No, this is Depresión Sonora doing a Carolina Durante song.
Right. So this is Depresión Sonora performing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think they're both cool.
No, they're both good. I mean, I think it's a great. I would love to own the vinyl. Put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Now, what is Marcuciano? Is that a soccer person?
la mera verdad, I don't know, dude.
He has like some kicks, right? Like
Yeah.
cover, yeah. I wonder.
So was this is on two different releases, right?
No, it's put together. But if you go to Spotify or iTunes, they split them up. But it's actually a one single.
This happened during COVID?
Just actually not that long ago, like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Coming out of COVID,
MVMN, para escuchar en vivo la música con más sabor y sin el aliento de los que están tomando cerveza. La escuchen a través de Live 365 MVMN. Oyes. Depresión Sonora. This is like a very poppy, I guess, version for them.
Kind of, because they're doing Carolina Durante.
Right,
but if you listen to the next jam, I don't know. I like their delivery of the Depresión Sonora song, kind of almost, because you could hear musically they kept it very Depresión Sonora.
That's the difference right there. Pero eso fue la intención, ¿no? Como
Yeah. It kind of almost reminds me of like almost like toques de Annabelle Lee, like if they were doing a Depresión Sonora song. You know what I'm saying?
I like his vocals on this song because I can't say that I always like his vocals, but I do like him on this song.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it sounds very. I don't want to say flattering. Like I'm a fan of Carolina Durante. I'm not a big fan as the rest of the world is because they're huge, but.
Échale aceite a tu silla.
Hey, G, send me text me the link to the show.
Okay.
Or just put it in chat, dude.
Yeah.
I want it on my phone because I'm going to send it to Felix.
Okay. But put it in chat too, cabrón.
Hey, estoy planeando a set for maybe the end of April, Manolo. Okay? Because you know how the Heavers are doing a show at the Blue Lagoon on Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Drinko?
Okay.
So I want to probably maybe I don't know, si el jueves antes or el jueves or 2 weeks before. I don't know. What do you guys think? To like kind of promote.
2 weeks.
Cinco de Drinko? You said Cinco de Drinko?
Yeah.
Probably 2 weeks ahead of time.
So send me the link, Mano.
I'm doing it now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it totally throws me off porque now that I'm hearing the chorus con la voz de depresión is
Yeah,
way way different. I love this about these bands.
yeah.
Pueden hacer
Hold
eso.
on.
They do that.
La Gaby said she locked herself out. So take it away, Manny, when we go live, okay?
Sí, sí. You okay? Julie, Mike?
Ok, acabamos de escuchar a Carolina Durante haciendo una interpretación de Depresión Sonora, No hay verano, y anteriormente escuchamos a Depresión Sonora, que hizo una interpretación de Carolina Durante. And Chivo,
¿Qué, güey?
te emocionaste, güey, te emocionaste.
No, es que mi vieja she got locked out, dude. So she's all like, anyways, fallas técnicas
She's like,
aquí. Somos muy
better let me
profesional
in,
aquí
cabrón.
en, en mi vecindad. Bueno, acaban de escuchar a Carolina Durante split with Depresión Sonora. I think it's a super cute, like, battle of the bands type of split. They're covering each other's songs,
Mhm.
so check it out. So they kind of like try to get in como remedar like each other's, kind of vibe or sound. I think it's pretty nice. What do you
Es-
guys think?
o sea, lo que estaba comentando hace rato es que they they have that camaraderie that they're
Mhm.
able to do this, even record something like this together. That's pretty chill, que
You know what? De eso tengo celos de la escena madrileña.
yeah.
They really throw down with each other like that. From
Yeah.
like Biznaga to Futuro Terror to like, Triángulo. I mean, they all throw down. Menta. Like they just throw down with each other. I think that's beautiful, man.
Well,
Europa y
pinche
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Diego was getting in wherever he could fit in the last couple of years,
And,
right?
and he has.
I
Yeah. Manuel's a little jealous there about, el pegue que tiene Diego, pero, like,
what are you talking about? La música, ¿no?
el vocalista de Carolina Durante is he's equally as famous for
Yeah.
being the vocalist of Carolina Durante, pero a la vez equally as famous as being an eligible bachelor in
Oye,
Madrid.
Well,
Eh,
yeah. Go ahead.
I was referring to que, like you've mentioned varias veces durante los últimos 2 años, la pandemia, that
Yeah.
Diego was a man whore. He was collaborating with all these
Oh yeah.
bands.
Oh
So
no
that's
no
what I was
oh no
referring to.
well that's the safe part. The other part, he was collaborating in other ways, and he's known for that too. So
Hey,
all good, right?
who is you reminded me of that band that had a lingerie shop. Remember?
Lingerie shop.
Yeah, a
Why would
lingerie shop. Yeah, Victoria's
yeah,
Secret in Spain or something like. Remember?
we went to a lot of sketchy boutiques in
No, no,
in
no. This
Madrid.
is a band we played before that they also have a boutique, a lingerie boutique.
I'm,
We have to
I'm
remember.
drawing a blank. I'm drawing a blank. Well, let's keep going
Okay,
with the music.
música, música.
Anyway, so at some point I was like, all right, I'm gonna follow La Corriente de Manolo, but then I was going like, I'm just gonna play whatever I want to play. So I went with Betty Charak. We haven't played them in a while, and you know, they're like the Foo Fighters of País Vasco, So it's a good song, dude.
Yeah.
Vuelta San, Betty Charak. It's kind of old. It's been out for about 15 years, but what do you think, Manolo?
It's great.
All right, well then check it out. Aquí in
MN, mi vecindad.
en mi vecindad.
That's kind of funny, dude. Porque like when last week you're like, let's do something different. send me something different. And I'm like, okay. So it's interesting because like when I was listening to the set, like the first time like I saw the songs and I was like, oh, this is going to be interesting. But then as I was listening to it and I sent the text, I'm like, this works. It fucking
Well,
works.
you know why it works? Because almost every single song is great to better. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they're good songs on their own individually. So
Yeah.
now it's just
So
like,
so when you said send me something different, I took it like you wanted to go in a different genre, que not quite so indie, not quite so rock, not quite so. So I'm like, okay. And so when I put it together, what I was thinking, it's like, okay, this has a little bit more of an urban feel.
really?
So yeah. And
Did,
so when you send the songs back, I was like, the first two
I
songs
hear
made sense,
I
and then after that, I was like, I think I kind of went back to punk indie rock.
okay. Okay. La bronca is that like I wanted to go after your set. So when I put the versión sonora in Carolina Durante, I was thinking, okay, well, like it goes with Manolo's choices, and then we'll outro somewhere different. You know, like
Right.
yeah,
well, the reason why you obviously know why I did what I did with the first song and then
It follows. Yeah.
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 I never know what the heck you do, dude. Like
No,
al
no, no.
Chile G,
I
like
get it.
sometimes.
I
Yeah,
get it, G. Like Hector's set followed your intro song better.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y siempre aquí en mi vecindad, you know, that's how we flow. Odd but great music playlist. Así se llama esta noche a través de Mi Vecindad on Apple Music, Radio Mi Vecindad on Instagram y abajo Diablo
Now,
Visión.
Betty Charak, it's a trip, dude. Porque el vocalista Gorka, he is on everybody's albums. Like he
He's a,
guest vocals on like everybody. He's like the Dave Grohl of like País Vasco. You know,
he'll
like
play the
he's
drums, he'll play the
He's-
guitars. Yeah.
So you're saying he's
And-
Diego's inspiration to expand.
oh yeah, oh definitely, dude. You know, but I
He's got
mean,
territory.
Betty Charak's been doing it. They started in '94, so think about it. You know, they've been around forever. You know,
Shit.
We've been around forever.
yeah,
I think I was in the gazebo in '94.
yeah, we were. You got me the job there.
You guys were at the gazebo because we'd roll up and get some coffee. When fucking Red Bull was marketing Red Bull, they started at the gazebo. You remember that? You guys
Yeah,
were-
yeah, I remember that. We used to get them. Nobody would buy them, and we would just drink them.
Yeah. You would. I remember we had a keg somewhere, and then we had,
I'm having flashbacks of that. Yeah.
and we were able to fuck up the keg because we had Red Bull. You guys remember that?
I think it was one of those UCSC parties.
Yeah, and yeah.
So what do you guys think of KYXO?
Dude, I like this song. I think this is one of my favorite. You've played some of their stuff, but I think this one just caught my attention in a different way.
They're unique. Like, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Esta rola sounds a little bit more like Fall Out Boy type stuff, and I could be totally wrong, you know.
Didn't the last song that you've played from them had a lot of that? What do you call it? G fucking auto tune.
Yeah.
It was like heavy on the auto tune.
Yeah,
He-
I remember now. And I was going to comment on them being very digital in that sense. If you look at the image of Nada.
Yeah.
También es muy AI, you know. Entonces, that's part of their onda. It's they're on the cyber side.
You know, I've seen some. No los conozco muy bien. I've seen a couple of their videos and live performances. They're definitely like, you know, alternativo college kids. You know what I'm saying? Like doing their own
Dude,
thing.
Cheek Kiss is coming through, dude.
She's so stubborn, dude. She's like, she came over here. She's like, no, wait, you're gonna pick me up and pet me, dude. Where?
That's what I used to say.
And homegirl doesn't shut up, dude.
Yeah. He's like, he's having fun, man. She's commenting. She's got her 2 cents.
Yeah, she
But-
talks too much.
Gotta have her tune
So,
in.
Lo bello de KYXO
Yeah.
is that they're pretty damn new, dude. Empezaron right before the pandemic. So they kind of got their groove during the pandemic, you know?
I have these thoughts. Of why it's KYXO. You know?
Why?
It's a
I don't
lubricant.
I think so.
Well, no. In the Basque language, that wouldn't make any sense. You know? In Euskera, it wouldn't make any sense. So I'm thinking
Is
it's
it-
got to be.
Is it Kiko?
Oh, I didn't look at it that way.
Yeah, it's weird.
Maybe. In Euskera, Kiko? Maybe, like, if they were to try to pronounce it. Oh, yeah, you're onto something. You know? I should call Danny a ver qué me dice el güey. Okay. He's all, hostia, tío, ¿por qué estás escuchando esa mierda de música? And I'm like, I don't know, bro, dude. It's not oi, 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 oi. You know, sorry, bro.
Right, all day.
I love Danny, pero también he could be a little bit too much like, non-Serbian, todo el día.
Hey, on the radio.
Estás en el closet.
Estamos aquí en MVMN, mi vecindad. Anyways, guys, acaban de escuchar a KYXO con la canción Quimera. You know,
Mhm.
they're from País Vasco. They've been around for a couple of years. Trippy kind of band. Antes de eso, Betty Charac. Man, they've been around forever. Desde el 94. They're kind of like the college rock darlings of País Vasco, you know, like selling out, festies and all that stuff. But I like them. I like them enough. I do. What do you guys think of KYXO, though?
Pues los has tocado anteriormente y como mencioné fuera del aire, lo que me gustó de esta canción, que es diferente de las otras canciones que has tocado, es de que se escucha más la banda, because as G was saying, they're very much a digital band, and on some of their songs, it seems like there's prominent auto-tuning in the vocals, and on this one there's not, and I appreciated listening to the vocals as vocals without the digitization.
It might be like the new version of like, because there was an era of like the cyberpunks, right? Pero era very like underground, dark, even, not even like even stalker syndrome type fucking cyber, right?
Wait, what parties were you going to?
You used to take me to some in Oakland, off of downtown. You know where the oak tree is, off of downtown. There used to be a place that you guys used to take me to. In Oakland.
Was it that one where the Heroes played? It was an art gallery.
No, this place was upstairs, and it had like a really weird stair. Like you had to go in through the back of the building, where like people take out the trash, and up that way there was like an apartment in the top.
I don't know. The Bay Area, we played a lot of sketchy places and go see shows at a lot of sketchy places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
There's a lot of haziness.
we're still alive. It's all good. It's all good.
All right.
Anyways, se nos está yendo la hora, so let's keep it going. Okay. Now we're gonna go back from País Vasco. We're gonna go to Hermosillo, Mexico.
El
El
pinche
estado de Sonora.
desierto.
Pinche desierto, yeah, I know. With una bandota que me cae, dude, me cae. You know? Sergeant Papers con la canción Diosito. So check it out.
Aquí en MVMN, My Neighborhood, mi vecindad.
It doesn't roll off the tongue if you don't practice.
We have it. That's the thing is we have it.
I think that sounded pretty good, dude. What are you saying?
You did a good job, Diabolico. You did.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
So, yeah, those. Well, I'll tell you what. My true introduction, and I've never denied it, to punk was El Chivo, right? And obviously everything around you, which eventually was, Diabolico, right? That was my true introduction to punk.
And then you got like indoctrinated by Kalin, Rulas.
Then I met the Crazies.
It just got worse. Yeah.
It just got worse. I was an innocent college student.
He's not lying, guys. He's not lying.
I didn't do much outside of like my little radio station show, right? To the point that I remember like I had it in me. Y obviamente con Tijuana no, y ese tipo the old school punk es muy diferente a lo que. Put it this way: when I met you and then I started realizing who G.G. Allen was, I was like, "What the heck?"
Yeah.
And then this is badass. This is like badass.
It got really weird real fast. Yeah.
This is badass.
It was beautiful times because we'd go from like crazy shows from the Gilman or house shows to like going to Rocola on a Sunday night and watching, Santa Sabina.
Yeah, I remember having to try sneak, not because you get your ticket right at the Gilman to get in, right? You pay your membership.
Yeah.
You pay your membership every time.
Otherwise, it was $3 extra.
Right. You pay your membership, and you don't have a membership card or whatever. It's like you have to pay it anyway, and you get a ticket to get in. That's the way they were counting back then, because it was all like non-digital. It was all like fucking hardcore, right?
Yeah.
And I remember like hay veces que no servían los baños, so you have to go outside.
It never. Oh, dude, that place was a. Yeah.
And it was
the Gilman was beautiful though, like in un sentido where you can't take that away from our childhood. You know what I'm saying? And no one's ever going to believe it. And I'm sure the East Coast guys are saying CBGB. Much respect. You know what I mean? But for us, it was El Ángel is saying you sound a little bit hot, bro.
Who sounds hot?
La música, güey.
What kind of hot? Like in good hot or in like eat?
Ángel, it's G. Come on, it won't be a movie in that show if G isn't messing something up, dude. Like, I mean, that's why we're paying the big bucks, man.
Well, it's not reporting hot on this side.
Dude, this totally sounds like Operation Ivy.
Can you guys monitor?
Okay, I've been a big fan of Kill Amigo for like a while, and they actually put out a new single in January. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna play him. So I just forced it in,
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, you did. You pinche cochino.
Yeah.
No respect.
Like, we're just gonna make it gaping,
Out hot over here. Maybe
Throw some fucking spit on it at least, cabrón.
Nah.
Okay, ya le bajé. A ver si le gusta. Thanks, Angel. Appreciate it. But I wonder if he's on the radio or if he's on the face.
That's a good question.
At the face, yeah. Which one's hot? Because this song, this particular song, Mueces, is a little distorted.
Yeah.
So, Angel, it could be that. Again, are you on Facebook? Are you on?
Right.
Maybe he's a little hot. He's a little.
I'm
hot.
sure. Well, I'm sure he's like 9 beers into his night. Estamos regresando aquí en mi vecindad. Acaban de escuchar a Kill Amigo. They're from Lima, Peru. I love those guys, man. They've just been doing some like fun garage, energetic stuff, and they just cranked out a new single in enero called Nueces. They've been around for a while, dude. Ya tienen van para 9 años tocando, doing their own kind of like, style of like, no es punk per se. They're just, wild, crazy kids, I dig it. Antes
I
de
love
eso,
that song.
Sergeant Papers. Kill Amigo's good. You should check out some of their singles. They're if you like Nueces, you'll like their other stuff. It's along the lines.
Well, I
Um,
told you what that song reminded me of.
Up Ivy.
Up, Up Ivy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which is no shame in my book. I mean, Op Ivy, like this is 30 some odd years later, and they're still legendary. Antes de eso, escuchamos a Sergeant Papers con la canción Diosito from Sonora, Mexico. Those homies, we keep missing the boat. I don't know how many times we've tried to like get them on the show to
Yeah.
interview them, and they keep like they're so
One of these
stoned.
days.
They're
One of these
super
days.
stoned. They just forget, dude. Like homies, man, homies.
No,
Anyways, okay, so that's
in
it
a bit.
for my
Okay. Okay.
song choices. I'm gonna pass the baton to Manolo, and he's gonna go the opposite direction, like the total opposite direction.
So this is
Can
what's
I?
great about go
I'm
for it,
sorry.
G.
The album covers have there's something about what we do here, and we keep talking about the great music y super chingona música siempre super. The album covers. This album cover, like, it's, to me it's always like a interesting, like, 805 vibes from like the Alps or something. But it also gives me like a nice little, a very particular type of swing, like, you know
Really? To me, it
yeah,
looks like it's like Lilith Fair meets Ireland.
yeah, I
Pero,
mean, I'm talking about
pero
the whole scenery.
I know,
Swing.
pero I think you said this a couple of weeks ago, Hector. I think it was cuando tocaste a Monte Perdido and you were talking about the highest mountain in El País Vasco.
Yeah.
So to me, like when G's
Well,
pointing out, so
she's Basque, isn't she?
mhm, mhm.
Okay.
Ya. So estamos hablando de el cover del álbum de Sara Sosaya. So vamos a escuchar a Sara Sosaya en un duet con Bengo, que también es un artista del País Vasco, un poco más estilo urbano. Y como dijo el Chivo, las canciones que seleccioné yo, que les mandé a ellos los llevaron en una dirección un poquito diferente. Y eso es lo que es bello de este programa. La música como un playlist, como un set, del principio al final, it just flows, man. It just flows. As I was listening to the playlist, I was like, wow, it works, man. And that was a really fucking awesome feeling. So esta canción es un duet, se llama My Tía, del álbum que sacó en noviembre, hace unos cuantos meses, Sara Sosaya. Y es un poco diferente, un poquito con influencias un poco más pop, comercial que hemos escuchado, pero a little different a la misma vez.
Yeah, it's got a throwback a little bit to Mazzy Star for me, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Let's check it out. Aquí en Mi Vecindad, MVMN Radio.
What I liked about this song is Bengal. He's definitely like these next two songs to me are very influenced by not my favorite style of music, but what I liked about it is that they just took it in a little bit different direction.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely got that like trip hop, like bacalao, sound. Because bacalao is that like whole Islas Canarias like style, like dance hall music. So it's kind of like the whole, dropping drugs and like with your calimocho and dancing the night away. Like
But you know what's also interesting is that both this song and the next song have a bit of that reggaeton influence.
I
And
thought it was the next song. I thought was a very. You threw me for a curveball with the next one.
yeah,
Yeah, I didn't expect you to play something like that. The other two is totally up your wheelhouse, and but the next one, estaré, está
mhm,
is it? I can't even pronounce it, man.
yeah,
Basque also.
they are. Yeah. So
Okay.
remember, I played them a couple of weeks ago. They were the
Did you?
ones. Yeah, it's that trio del País Vasco who did 3 albums with that fucking
Ah,
metal
but it was
band.
totally different. But then you said it sounded okay. Yeah, okay. That's why I don't remember.
Totally
Like,
different.
okay,
Totally different. So
okay.
so they had one album, and this is based on that one album that they did, and then they hooked up
Mhm.
with those homies and did a bunch of hard drugs and fucking went down that vein.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of hard drugs. A lot of hard drugs. Like,
Yeah, so reconozco que reggaetón ha tenido una pinche influencia global, and
mhm.
but what I like about this, Sara Sosaya is just an amazing vocalist, and she takes that style, and like you said, it sounds a little bit like trip hop. To me, it just like elevates it.
I remember being at South by Southwest, one of the first ones, and we were talking about. It was around the time that I saw Limbo Sama for the first time. Y en uno de los showcases, they brought up reggaeton, and everyone thought it was a passing, like it's just like something that's gonna be around, but it's just gonna kind of be
Yeah,
around.
2 or 3 years, and it goes.
But-
On. No, we got one more.
So yeah, it took over the world. You think about that, the bunny guy. I mean, literally,
Mhm.
like selling like so. I mean, it's just crazy, you know. And there's some that are out there that I absolutely música es música.
Mhm.
Es su tamal, you know, and you know it's enjoy it whichever way. Now, that being said, I appreciate that we have that kind of diversity on mi vecindad. You know, siempre en el lado alternativo, pero muy único, pero también muy global con los géneros.
Mhm.
Yeah, like it reminded me of that time que tocaste la música de esa banda de Puerto Rico that did like that reggaeton cover, and like when I heard that, it just like floored me. I was like, wow, this sounds amazing. And I had the same reaction to both of these songs because they're taking a style that that I don't tend to gravitate towards, but all of a sudden they made it in a way that caught my attention a lot more.
Yeah,
Well,
they remind me a little bit también en el ritmo. ¿Te acuerdas ese ritmo que estaba muy popular? Como de especially like in Argentina, doing the Latin flavors, you know, even Todos Muertos, or Skylights, they had that drumming, that beat, the
mhm,
Latin,
mhm.
yeah. Con los vocales también, you know, I think it was that flavor that was muy popular, muy popular. Y no tocamos mucho alternativo hip hop, because this falls.
Yeah, we rarely do. I mean, for a while we were playing some of the grupos in Mexico that were doing some kind of like indie hip hop, you know.
Yeah.
Pero como dice Manolo, it's not necessarily, at least for me, it's not a strong point. So I'd hate to like come out there and like do sloppy justice. You know what I'm saying? And like, so
Dice el Ángel que he thinks it was just that track. MVMN Radio Live 365. Pueden escuchar también a Angel en Angel's Beat todos los martes de las 6 a las 8, completamente 100% vinilo. Incredible shows here on MVMN Radio. Live on Tuesdays, Angel's Beat, 6 p.m. Tuesday, 6 p.m. Turning on mics, turning on mics.
Ok, acabamos de escuchar a SATR con la canción Tremendo Combo, que es un duet con La Pajatina de su álbum Polvora e Tormenta del 2018. Tocamos hace como un mes a SATR con Saxta, que es un grupo hardcore de Galicia, y combinaron en 3 álbumes, pero esta canción fue del álbum que SATR hizo antes de que they went on that binge con
Ay,
Saxta
mira,
por 3 álbumes.
es que se fueron al tren de bacalao and they just partied for days, dude. Like they were on the party bus and they just like, you know, they went from a hardcore collab to these beats.
Yeah. So la semana pasada, al fin del show de la semana pasada, el Chivo dijo, mándame algo different. And I'm like, okay, I got something que I think I'm putting together. And so, y definitivamente la canción que quería presentar en este set es la canción de Sara Sosaya con Vengo, y también es ATR. Las dos canciones tienen influencias reggaetones, que no es un estilo de música que se escucha aquí mucho en mi vecindad, pero a la misma vez, como ellos lo han acoplado, it was like, wow, suena un poco más accesible, y pues para mí
Es que
me
Manolo was just looking for an excuse. He's all, challenge accepted.
yeah,
There you
dude.
go.
You're like, send me something different.
Like, I got you, bro.
Totally.
Anyways, pretty rad. Bueno, están aquí escuchando aquí a MVMN, Radio Mi Vecindad. And now we're going to go into the, like, I think somebody broke Manolo's heart. He had a bad day at work, so he leaned on prayers.
You know what's funny? Okay, vamos a escuchar a Prayers. La canción se llama Tears in the Rain. It's a really catchy jam. And el pedo con Prayers is not a role model by any means. Este duet, uno de
para nada.
uno de Tijuana, el otro de San Diego, no son role models para nada. Pero a la misma vez, as I've been listening to their music, I've learned to appreciate it. There is a lot that's revealed in the music and in the lyrics. It's not for everybody, but this is a pretty cool jam. And when I listened to the song and I was listening to the lyrics, honestly, I kept thinking of that one show, the New Zealand.
The movie?
These two musician comedians, and one of their skits, it's like, no, I ain't crying. It's just been raining on my face.
Yeah. Right.
So it's a similar vibe.
My eyeballs are just sweaty. What? They're just sweaty, bro. You know?
Yeah, because for some reason, Latino men just can't fess up. Tears in their eyes.
No. Anyways, let's keep it going here aquí en mi vecindad with Prayers, Baptism of Thieves.
Okay, so there's this homie that walks by the house in Inglewood, and he looks homey. He's got some tats. He's wearing his Adidas slippers con socks, and his dog that's about maybe 6 inches long and about 5 inches tall.
Yeah.
He looks pretty hard, wearing some his pajamas, probably some, sports shorts of sort.
Yeah.
I swear he listens to prayers. I think that homie listens to prayers.
All right. Yeah.
Saw him the other day and I was like, he's hardcore. He's got a perrito and he brings out and he's
little chihuahua. He's got to listen to prayers.
He looks like he listens to prayers, man. I swear he reminded me of prayers. I was like, this guy listens to prayers. I'm going to ask him. I'm like, hey, vato, what's up? Prayers?
What's up, homie?
Are you a thief? Have you been baptized? What's going on? Mi Vecindad, MVMN Radio, Diablovisión, a través de Live 365. Diablovisión, ahí también podemos ver a nuestro carnal, amigocho, el Don Diablo, el show de Don Diablo todos los domingos de las 12 a las 2 de la tarde. Siempre con fallas técnicas, así como mi vecindad, pero un show increíble. O sea, it's a really, really good show. Ahí los domingos de las 12 a las 2. Normalmente durante la hora de la misa están en el show.
No, lo
Tomando
que is Diablo. He rolls out of bed because he's been partying until like 5 o'clock in the morning. He rolls out of bed at 12, fires up the computer, and then he just does his interviews.
y se la cura con la chela.
Yep.
Diabolico, I thank you because I understand what you're saying about prayers. It reminds me of what the comments we had earlier. La diversidad global en la música que tenemos aquí en mi vecindad, que tenemos. Y como siempre es un poquito en el lado alternativo, ¿no? Porque este cholo goth, este estilo súper único, pero...
I mean, you can say whatever you want to say about prayers, but I mean, al Chile, I mean, they're alternativo to everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they break the mold by not fitting into any mold.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to diss them at all. I'm just saying, like, they legitimately don't on purpose fit anywhere. And I think that's what's the beauty of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they don't hide it. It's like, this is what it is. And, don't listen to it if you don't want to,
But you know what? At the same time, is like a lot of what gets attention from them is like the shock value, right?
Yeah.
Pero a la misma vez, if you dive a little bit deeper into their catalog, you're gonna find a lot of like pain and vulnerability in there, and it's like, oh, it's kind of like a veterano trying to pass on a message to the little homie,
Yeah. We're getting to veteranos age in about 10 years, maybe. 10.
We're already there, bro. What are you talking about?
No, not there yet.
Yeah, no. Es en los 60s. We're not even close. Pero mira, Vulture's the Vulture.
Dude, this homie, he's living the dream, dude. He's fucking living the dream. Like, he's done the rock thing with Zurdok, and now he's like been a producer, and he's doing his own fucking shit. A lot of that shit's good, man.
That's the beauty de poder hacer eso, ¿no? Como lo que hizo Carolina y Depresión, that they would get in the studio and fucking jam and just do their thing.
Just have fun.
Have fun, man. But creating una música increíble. Muy, muy buena. Yeah. Me gusta el estilo de The Vulture. Me recuerda mucho, pues obviamente, a los 90. En esa época de la música, porque hubo una época donde de repente era todo bien agresivo, ¿no? Y luego de repente como que calmaron las cosas y luego otra vez como que le pusieron más sentido a la música, ¿no? Y también The Vulture, I think, would be like one of those bands that would probably sound incredible in a really nice room, live. Porque, there's bands that go to the Gilman, there's bands that's probably for La Rocola, there's bands, for like theater, what's that, the Fox Theater,
Banda.
Yeah, this is definitely one of my guilty pleasures for sure. He reminds me a lot of Butch Vig and Garbage.
I see that.
Yeah. Ok, eso fue The Vulture, la rola Mentiras Perfectas del álbum que salió hace 2 años, Mentiras Perfectas, de Monterrey, México, y Mauricio Terracino, conocido como The Vulture. Oh, man, just lo respeto en muchos sentidos como músico, como, productor, he's pretty much done it all, man.
Yeah.
Well, when did Zurdok start? Like in 95, 96?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zurdok was around el Zurdok movimiento when they were like,
They were up
or
front.
95.
Yeah,
Yeah.
around there.
They started in the early 90s.
Y luego este proyecto de él comenzó en 2004. So, entre Zurdok y este proyecto estaba mezclando, produciendo, arreglando y tocando en varios proyectos. I mean,
Now,
that's what
is
I've seen.
Zurdok still together, or are they like just stopped playing?
I don't think they're together anymore.
Anything for
I think they're,
un chorro de años.
yeah. Well, it's not like no effects when they finally said I quit, It's over.
I don't trust Mike for nothing, dude. Ese way, dude, like,
He'll be back next year.
yeah, when his money runs out and he can't afford the coke anymore, he's gonna go back on tour, dude. Gonna go back to Thailand this time.
Sí, me está grueso la cosa. Bueno, mira, vamos a tener que terminar, se nos acaba la hora aquí en mi vecindad a través de MPMN Radio Diablovisión. Y hoy, gracias a Diabólico otra vez, porque because of you, I came across esta canción que si vemos las colaboraciones que han hecho en hoy, este día, muchas de las canciones no son colaboraciones. En este caso me topé con esta canción de Indio Solari con un alternative hip hop artist, los dos de Argentina, Woz y Indio Solaris. Ahora, Indio Solaris, Woz es un hip hop alternativo, actor, cantante de hip hop, that Latin hip hop también de Argentina. Una colaboración con Indio Solari. Patricio Rey y sus redonditos de ricota. You guys remember that? Patricio.
Yeah.
They started in 76. Indio Solari es el cantante. Indio Solari es el cantante, el líder de ese grupo. They started in 76. I remember having, creo que nomás teníamos una canción de ellos or something, ¿no? Porque no teníamos mucha música en los 90s de ellos porque hay mucha música que obviamente tuvo muchos años que ver en muchos países de Centro Suramérica, en España y las islas, ¿no? Latinas. Pero no necesariamente nos llegaban aquí en los Estados Unidos, en especial en Watsonville, en especial en Santa Cruz, California, que también no llegaba la música muy, muy, puedo decir, al tanto, ¿no? Lo más corriente, lo más recién.
Yeah.
Bueno, thanks for that influence. Escuché la música que presentó esta noche Diabólico y dije, you know what, this makes sense because of that. He said something different, this is very different, pero a la vez es alternativo, ¿no?
Thank you, Chivo.
¿Quemarás? No, are you guys being vulgar?
No, para nada.
Never on mi vecindad. Unos saludos a todos los que están escuchando a través de Live 365 MVMN Radio. Vamos a terminar esta noche con Indio Solaris y Woz con la canción Quemarás. Mis respetos al Indio Solari que comenzó con Patricio Rey y sus redonditos de ricota desde el 76. I mean, we were like 2 years old or something, you know?
Babies.
Yeah.
I think I was just getting out of diapers, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 84, dude. So like
What are you talking about? Bueno, terminamos esta noche con Indio Solaris Woz, la colaboración con la canción Quemarás aquí en mi vecindad.
Bueno, muchachos, hasta la próxima semana. Agur.
Buenas noches, raza. Se cuidan.
Buenas noches. It's a pretty wicked like collaboration, right?
I like this jam, man.
Yeah, it threw me for a curve because I listened to it after you send the playlist Diabolico. I listened to the collaboration, that alternative hip hop you had, and I was like, shit. And I listened to it and I was like, this is it, this is it. And I actually moved it around a few times. I put different songs and I was like, I knew I wanted Indio because of his,
Mhm.
his legendary status. But I was like, no, Diabolico was telling me something, So thank you.
A little bit for everybody, man.
That's what I used to say back in the day. You know?
Blame Manolo.
No, sharing is caring, right? That was a part of our movida. Sharing is caring.
Wait.
Man, salud.
Yeah, you know what? When I after this set list, I'm like, we can't be afraid of playing shit. And I was like, we're not.
We never have been, and I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not tripping. I mean, my thing is, we've always been definitely the cornerstone of what we play here is, and I hate beating the dead horse, but it's always like the 120 minutes, framework of, to me, it's always that, late 80s, early 90s alternative set at midnight on whatever radio, because that's where they were playing all the weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we've been doing. We don't stop.
Yeah. But you know what? Like, thinking about it, like, even back in the day, dude, do you remember when Chaco came out and how different that was?
Yeah, you could even say like Ilya Kuriaki and anything like that.
Yeah,
But like what G was saying is like it was shocking back in the mid to late 90s, but it's become norm now. Reggaeton and some like that kind of stuff is all like kind of become desensitized. But a la vez, you can say the same thing about all the other genres of music. When we used to listen to punk rock 30, 35 years ago, it was not on the radio, para nada, unless you listen to, college radio or whatever. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like,
And you
but
had to
now,
listen to college radio because you didn't have internet.
no, exactly. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but now you can catch many of the bands. I mean, everybody knows who NoFX is.
Yeah.
30 years ago, only our small group of friends knew who NoFX was, you know? So it's a lot has changed in the grand scheme. Y la misma vez, nothing's changed. You know what I'm saying? So you could look at it both ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my thing is that like I don't want to be forced to like have to play something because we have to. Because then you'd start hating it. You know what I'm saying? Like we do it because we love it. Regardless of whether somebody else likes it or not. It's more of like we're showing you different stuff that probably deserves to be at
Exactly.
least looked at.
Exactly. That's where I was coming from. Y Ángel nos mandó un text. Great show.
Oh, nice. Awesome. All right, Batos. I'm beat. Okay, so Manolo, try to pinpoint Acti for whatever they want. I'm cool with both, either doing it live or doing it recorded. Whatever works for them. I mean, we could accommodate. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
So leave it like entirely up to them. And then I do want to do a special set for the Blue Balloon show coming up. Let's just formulate it porque va a ser un 5 de mayo que es un sábado. So like I'm torn between either the Thursday before that or 10 days before that on the other Thursday. Either way.
I think 10 days before, because a few days before doesn't
yeah,
get
it's not going to get anybody there. So let's shoot for that. So what show would that be? That would be.
So I'm gonna ask them if they're available, if they want to do a live show the 11th or the 18th.
Okay. Or they
Otherwise,
could record anytime, you know.
yeah, they can
Yeah,
record anytime, anytime
evenings.
the week of the
Yeah,
next 2 weeks.
evenings are best. For me, for sure, evenings are best. So,
Okay.
Cool.
but yeah, thank you
Me
for
too.
it up, man.
Sweet, sweet.
The
Okay.
workout. Well, we're still live on Facebook. Oh, hey, bye, Facebook.
Okay. Woo!